Hello, Clinton Comet families. My name's Mr. Levine, and today we are going to talk about how to showcase decimals in expanded form. This is a pretty big skill that you need to know how to do. So let's get started. If we are looking at our numbers that are right here, this number is 86 and 52 hundredths. Remember, our decimal point is always going to be and. That is always, always, always. The first thing we want to do is we want to lay out all of our whole numbers from biggest to smallest. I like to do this right below the number itself. So our first number is our biggest number. That would be 80. And that is because we have an 8 in the tens place. With an 8 in the tens place, that would be 80. Our next number over is in the ones place. So that would be 6. Notice how I'm stopping at my decimal point. We just want these whole numbers. Now, we have these whole numbers. We are going to focus on our parts of a whole. So our first place that's after our decimal point is going to be 1/10, or our tenths place. There is a 5 in the tenths place, so we need 0 and 5/10. If we're looking to our next place value after our tenths is our hundredths place. So we are going to write 0 and 2 hundredths. Notice, if I were to draw like an invisible line, everything is still matching up. It's making it so we can still see the 5 is in the tenths place and the 2 is in the hundredths place. It's still the same place value. We're just laying them all out. What I like to do as my next step is a double check. If I were to circle this diagonally, kind of like a bingo, are these numbers the same? Well, 8 to 8, 6 to 6, 5 to 5, and 2 to 2. That shows me that my numbers are the same. However, in expanded form, we cannot leave it like this. This is not a correct answer. We need to take all of these numbers and we need to add them together. So we're going to start from the top and move our way down. So we're going to start with 80 plus 6 plus 0 and 5/10 plus 0 and 2 hundredths. That would be your expanded form. Moving on to our second problem, we have 18,061 and 94 thousandths. Just like our last problem, we're going to find out, or we're going to start with our first place value, and we're going to move our way down this way. So, starting with our biggest number, I know that there's a 1 over here. Everything afterward, up to the decimal point, is going to be a 0. Notice how these zeros line up. After our 1 comes our 8. But it's not just an 8. It's 8,000. I'm putting these zeros in to show that there's nothing here when we talk about 8,000. So we have our 1, we have our 8, next is our 0. I like to put this here because when we do our check, just like our other problem, it'll make a lot more sense. We'll be able to read the number back. After our 0 comes our 6. So we put a 6 and we have a 0 that stops at our decimal point. After our 6 comes our 1. And our 1 is at the end of the holes. So it's just going to be a 1. Now we need to work on our pieces instead of our wholes, or our parts instead of our wholes. So now that we have our decimal number, we know it's going to be 0 and something else. So our first number is 0 and 0/10. That's our first number. Afterward, after our 0, we have a 9. So we're going to put 0 and 9/100ths. Again, just like last problem, I could draw this invisible line all the way down to show 0 and 9/100ths. And we could do the same with our tenths. Draw it all the way, we see that there's still 0 and 0/10ths. And last but not least, we have 0 and, 0 and 4/1000ths. If I were to write this down like this, notice how I have 2 that are lined up at the same line. We know that that would be incorrect. It needs to be one number per invisible line down. So I know I need to move it 1 over. If I were to circle all of these numbers, circle all of these numbers, and notice 1 to 1, 8 to 8, 0 to 0, 6 to 6, all of the numbers on top match with the numbers in our circle. We know that we are good to start. So, what we are going to do, I'm going to take this and squish it a little bit, so that way we have some room to write. We're going to start from our topmost number and add it down. So we're going to start with 10,000 plus 8,000. 0 is a little tricky. You can add 0 if you want to. If that helps your brain, go for it. I am not going to add 0. I'm going to cross it off because we don't need 0. After 8,000 is 60. After 60 is 1. After 1, I see there's another 0. We're going to cross it out. Then we have 0 and 9/100ths. And then we have 0 and 4/1000ths. That is how you can figure out expanded numbers with any place value. I hope you have a great day, and I hope this makes more sense.